Marianne Faithfull, iconic singer and rock muse, dies at 78, cause of death and last words revealed, January 31st, 2025. The world of music mourns the loss of Marianne Faithfull, the legendary British singer-songwriter and actress, who passed away on January 31st, 2025, at the age of 78. Known for her soulful voice, poetic lyrics, and tumultuous life story, Faithfull was a key figure in the swinging 60s and remained an enduring icon of resilience and artistry. Faithfull's representatives confirmed that she died peacefully at her London home from complications of pneumonia, a condition that had plagued her in recent years. Sources close to the singer revealed that her final words were a poetic reflection on the life she lived. "My voice may fade, but the song will always play on." Her passing marks the end of an era, but her music, spirit, and legacy will live on forever. A Star is Born: Marianne's Rise to Fame. Born on December 29, 1946, in London, Marianne Faithfull came from an aristocratic yet unconventional background. Her father was a British military officer, and her mother had Austrian noble lineage, instilling in her a love for art and literature from a young age. Her life took a dramatic turn when, at 17 years old, she was discovered by Rolling Stones manager Andrew Loog Oldham at a party. He saw something extraordinary in her and introduced her to Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, who soon penned her first single, As Tears Go By. The song became an instant hit, launching her into stardom as one of the defining voices of the 1960s. With her angelic face, delicate yet melancholic voice, and captivating presence, Faithfull was quickly embraced by the public. Throughout the mid to late 1960s, she released a series of successful albums and became a muse to some of rock's biggest icons. But behind the glamour, darkness loomed. Love scandals and the fall from grace. By the late 1960s, Faithfull was one of the most talked about women in rock music, partly due to her high-profile relationship with Mick Jagger. She inspired some of the Rolling Stones' most famous songs, including Wild Horses and Sister Morphine. However, the pressures of fame, heartbreak, and a fast-paced rock and roll lifestyle took a toll. She fell into heavy drug use, eventually becoming addicted to heroin. By the early 1970s, she had lost everything: her career, her relationship, and nearly her life. Faithfull became homeless, living on the streets of Soho, battling addiction, and facing one of the darkest periods of her life. The Triumphant Return, A Voice Reborn. In 1979, against all odds, Faithfull made one of the most celebrated comebacks in rock history. Her album, Broken English, was a raw, defiant, and deeply personal record that introduced a new, huskier voice shaped by years of hardship. Hits like The Ballad of Lucy Jordan and Why'd I Do It proved that she was not just a former pop star, but an artist with depth, pain, and an unbreakable spirit. Throughout the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s, Faithfull continued to reinvent herself, working with artists across genres, including Nick Cave, PJ Harvey, Damon Albarn, and Metallica. Despite ongoing battles with health issues, she remained an unstoppable force in the music world, releasing critically acclaimed albums and defying expectations at every turn, health struggles, and final years. In 2020, Faithfull was hospitalized with COVID-19, an illness that left her with severe lung damage. She described the experience as a near-death encounter and struggled with breathing issues in the years that followed. By 2024, she had largely retired from public life, spending her days in quiet reflection at her home in London. She continued to write, read poetry, and listen to music, embracing the peaceful moments of life. Her final words and lasting legacy. Faithfull's last words, as shared by a close friend, reflected her poetic soul and deep connection to music. "My voice may fade, but the song will always play on." She passed away surrounded by loved ones, leaving behind a legacy of music, resilience, and artistry. The news of her passing has sparked an outpouring of tributes from fellow musicians and fans across the world. She was the toughest, most brilliant woman I ever knew. A true poet, a true artist, Marianne was one of a kind. Lana Del Rey. The reason I make music. Rest in peace, beautiful queen. In honor of her legacy, fans have gathered outside Abbey Road Studios, leaving flowers and playing her songs. A farewell to a legend. Marianne Faithfull was more than just a singer. She was a survivor, a poet, and a revolutionary figure in music. Her life, filled with extraordinary highs and devastating lows, remains one of the most fascinating and inspiring stories in rock history. As the world says goodbye, her voice will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Marianne Faithfull, 1946 to 2025.